Hello. Hi, everyone. I know there's going to be a little bit of a delay between this happening and not happening, but hopefully I am here now and you can hear me. All of the bars and everything are bouncing fine when you test it. There's something about this go live button that breaks everything. Hi, everyone. I am assuming that at this point you can all hear me and stuff. And that it's a double whammy today though because the face camera has never been frozen before, so that's a new issue. I was wearing a different shirt when I was setting all of this up. Lounging about shirt. Massive. Everyone, all is good now? Brilliant. That is a massive relief. Because I have no idea what's up with it. It needed unplugging this time. It wasn't just usually when the sound's not working, it's like, oh, it's changed itself to a device I've never heard of. Usually does that. This time, the microphone wasn't in the list. Had to unplug it all and get it all started again. But it doesn't matter. We're all here now. It's all working. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me for some more Imperium, which, yeah, I mentioned this on Patreon when I did the post this morning about this stream. There was a different plan for this afternoon, but I don't have the rules to follow up on that plan, so that plan's going to have to hopefully happen next week because it can't get delayed much longer. For now, though, I was thinking kind of last night, like, well, yeah, mainly it went fairly well. I got smashed by the bot yesterday, but the trade route's getting incorporated back in. It's quite like, I think when everyone playing anything quite big and involved and stuff, it's always a bit nerve-wracking, like trying to get it all right. But I thought, like, oh, I'd really like to give that a go again. Maybe we'll do it again in a couple of weeks. And then when this gap opened again, I thought, well, I wish I hadn't put it away, really. It's pretty fresh in my mind. And what if we just switch the civs? Like, I could just play the Aksumites again and do, hopefully, a much better job. One thing that I was forgetting yesterday, if you saw yesterday's stream about the trade routes, you get to do them for free when you play them. Like, without any goods being put on them or anything like that. But yeah, you when you get to play them, you get to use their effect, which I wasn't doing. Marty is enjoying his nice warm bed downstairs, and Rach is downstairs. So for now, until she goes out, maybe we'll see an appearance of Marty when Rach goes out and he starts getting lonely and roaming about. But for now, he's enjoying company in his nice warm bed downstairs. That's pretty much true throughout the year these days. For some reason, maybe I need to change up his bed situation or something. Because he's got a lovely dedicated chair with his favourite blanket and stuff on up here, but maybe he's just being a diva. But he's not interested in being in here. Hasn't really been up here much for ages, has he? The summer, I understand, because it's roasting in here in the summer. But it's lovely at the moment. Am I covering Martin Wallace's Steam Power? I haven't been asked, so I don't think so. But hey, Martin Wallace, I'm here. I like Steam, much as the next guy. Right, shall we have a look at what's going on then? So, whether you saw yesterday's or not, I'll talk about what I'm doing. And if you would like to know what the trade routes do from scratch, I'll let you know. But let's get a reminder of. So I am the Tang Civ, and I am playing against the Aksumites, the opposite of what we did yesterday. And the bot, if you remember, screamed through the Dynasty deck to be an Empire almost immediately, and kind of ran away from it from that. I was held back a bit by not getting those trade routes correct, by missing that free activation. But as the Tang, we are peaceful. We're both peaceful civs. As the Tang, you will be leading your people through some interesting times. You start with no unrest in your deck, but you take one every solstice, so that is every round. Like the Qin many centuries before the Tang, you will have to manage the double-edged Mandate of Heaven, which I think I've got in my hand actually. We'll put that on the screen while I mention it. There is the Mandate of Heaven. So I can exhaust this to add a population from the supply to a card in the market, and then I may abandon this. In the solstice, I have to discard 2 cards. So I have to manage the double-edged Mandate of Heaven, the ebb and flow of the population in and out of the market, and deal with the philosophies of Taoism and Confucianism. Meanwhile, you will have access to the largest cities of the world of their time. I've got these 2. Oh, I've got one of them. Chang'an. In the solstice, you can gain a population or a bricks or draw a card. Oh, without any cost to do that. That's pretty nice. So nice cities and things to start us off with. And as a special rule, we have to... It's on our card, actually. So a passive. Usually, at the end of every turn, you have to put a progress on a card in the market, making it worth points. Progress is points. And you can't exile things that have got tokens on them. So we put population on instead of progress. And we can exhaust our card to discard 2 cards to gain a progress. And at the end of solstice, if the end of the game hasn't been triggered, we have to take an unrest. And our scoring condition, we get a point for every 3 infinity symbols ongoing cards in play, except lands. And this didn't come up last time because I didn't do amazingly well on them, but there is a 10-point limit on any of these wildcard point values. We've got our merchant cards because we're doing trade routes again. And these 2 civs require the trade routes expansion. It's compatible with everybody, but these 2 specifically, I think there's about 4 or 5, they require it. Right, I always go first in the bot game, so I think we're ready to go. Oh, one more thing. You can support the channel on Patreon or Ko-fi. Massive thanks if you do that already, or are about to, or at any point, really. At any point in history. Thanks for making it all happen. It's how I'm able to be here doing this thing right now. So let's have a zoom in then. And I'm trying out, hey, I thought it wasn't working then, but it decided to appear. The scorer from last time, I'm going to use that again. I haven't been able to get it up on my phone. I don't know if anyone who plays Imperium uses this online scorer. It was great yesterday. You just put in the cards that you've got at the end and it works out the score automatically for you. It's got an option though to just put a photo in. And it can apparently work out all the scores from a photo, which would be amazing. But I can't seem to get past... In the first screen, you tell it which boxes you're using. And none of the browsers on my phone would use the menu. So I haven't been able to try that out. So I was going to try that out today. Oh yeah, you can get mugs and shirts and stuff on surmeeple.com. Thanks, James. There's a link in the chat right now if you'd like to have a look. I should be prepared, shouldn't I? And have my slickerdrips mug on hand, but it's a flubber mug today, I think. Right, so this is going to be my resources. I think I'm going to try doing it like this. I've got the tokens on hand because we still need them. But yeah, this is what I've got. Well, that's pretty clear as well. I don't have to have. I need space for all the cards that I'll eventually put out. So we want these infinite things out. We've got our 3 actions. So we've got Rebellion, which I assume is like a different version of Glory. Maybe we've also got Glory in the deck, I don't know. But just like Glory, it can't be garrisoned. You have to abandon 4 things rather than 3, but usually it's just lands. Here we can abandon the towns and the cities. To look at the top 3 cards of the Fame deck, usually it's just 2. Take 1. For each city you abandon this way, gain 2 bricks. So that would be quite useful, but we've got to get stuff out first. We do start out with the cities and the towns. We've got a couple of them. So probably want to just get them out. Our Ministry of the Army, a lot of ongoing things. Discard a civilized card and pay 2 population to choose to acquire a land, or spend an action to acquire a tributary card. None of them out yet. But these are all just things we want to set up, don't we, and have out. So probably with the 3 actions, we're just going to be putting out the town with its solstice ability, get that going. So that's 1 action to play that card. Guangzhou, solstice, discard a card to choose to draw a card, gain a brick, or pay 2 bricks to gain a good. I think we had a version of that maybe in our deck last time, the power rather than the actual city name. So we've got to discard a card for that benefit, but again, a good thing to have out. Maybe we want to get this rebellion going and start getting fame cards and things. We'll see how we go. The Mandate of Heaven. I would like to put more population on cards because I know that one of the cards, I did have a quick look through the deck, one of the cards is acquire a card that's got population on it. And we do that at the end of the round anyway, but if we can put loads of population on something, we'll get it all. We can acquire trade route cards and stuff with the merchant, but there isn't one out yet just yet. So Ministry of the Army, maybe it's just good to get out, but we've got to have these civilized cards first. Discard one and pay 2 population to choose something. Because we can just put it out and then abandon it straight away if we want. So we can put it out, that's our third action. Since I've got these 2 cards and I'm probably going to discard them anyway, I'm going to exhaust this, discard 2 cards to gain a progress. Hey, it works. And I'm clicking it, by the way, it's not just responding to my voice. And then we've got the Mandate of Heaven up there, so I can exhaust that to pop a population from the supply on a card in the market. So let's see. I haven't got a lot of dynasty cards as well. I think it's only like 3 or 4 before I can ascend. So these cards that you can only play once you're in Empire, that seem a bit far away, maybe not so far away from me. The city, though, that would be quite nice to get, wouldn't it? Just because I want those things, and it's more solstice abilities. I think I'm going to pop my population on that. So the cleanup, the first thing is putting progress on into it, but instead of progress, I put population on things. Then, if he's going to take something, though, he'll take the thing that I've put all the tokens on. But he'll take the lowest number if I tie for tokens. Let's just hope that I get that. So, refresh all of your actions and exhausts. Discard any number of cards. I've used them all. And then draw up to 5. And we will go over to the Aksumites, the bot. Playing standard difficulty still, even though I didn't manage to beat it. I don't think I beat it in the playthrough either. I wonder if I did in the original playthroughs way back when. So let's get their Barbarian Helper card up and see what they're going to do with their 4 actions this turn. So first of all, it's an Unrest, and unlike the Tang last time when they were the Tang yesterday, they got to do a load of extra things with Return and Unrest, didn't they? I wonder if that's like what we'll get to do here. But yeah, their Unrest power is the more normal one that I've seen, which is they just return it and don't get a load of extra things. Then they are playing, so what comes up first? It's not Unrest, it's not a trade route card, it's not Glory or a land or Tributary, it's not Barbarian. It is an ongoing card though. Return an Unrest from the discard, they haven't got one yet. Gain a population, and again, if I switch to the bots view, this is always up on my screen. But I thought, yeah, we don't need a big pile for the bots stuff either. Gain a population, put this card into history. Then card number 3 or 4 or whatever, their third card this turn anyway, I think again is going to come down to ongoing, isn't it? So good that they're kind of losing these out before, but they'll progress further, won't they, if they put in all the stuff in history. So yeah, I think it's ongoing comes up again. There's nothing in their discard. Gain a population. Put this card into history. And finally, their last action of the turn is going to be, I think, the same thing again. Their city. They're getting rid of their city. Return an Unrest from the discard. Discard, they can't. Not their discard. And then put the card into history. Okay, so that's their turn. We need to, I need to do a little thing out here. I need to just add in quickly. What game was that? Was that Tekkenu or something? That was ages ago. I need to just pop in some images that I made so I don't have to keep getting the rulebook up like yesterday, because I think it was a bit of a pain for both of us. But I should have pictures here. I took screenshots of the back of the rulebook for the trade route bot stuff. So because we're playing with the trade route expansion here, at the end of every round, the bot is going to do something. At the moment, they're merchants just like us, so we can see they do stuff from this column over here, and then later they'll be a merchant empire. So they do the first thing applicable. First of all, acquire a trade route, none out. Can they pay 5 goods? No, they've only got, they've got no goods at the moment. Resolve all profits. They've not taken any trade routes, so there's not going to be any profits. Trade if able. They can't trade. Nobody's got any trade route stuff at all. Can they pay a progress for a good? No, actually. So perhaps I think I got a trade route straight away, didn't I, last time? So maybe for the first time, they can't do anything on that table. So then they put a progress out on the thing where they rolled a die. I definitely want that, don't I? And then they fill up the rest of their stuff. Then we have the solstice. So I didn't abandon that, so I've got to discard 2 cards. I have got cards that let me draw more things. So I definitely want to keep acquire a card with population on it, because that's going to let me get that city. So the Emperor here cannot be played unless Mandate of Heaven is in play. Take an unrest to acquire a land twice, and then put this into your history. So I don't want to discard that, because this is a good chance actually to use that, isn't it? All players may draw a card, get a brick for every thing you have in play. You may free play a land, or like a city. Well, I kind of want them. If I've got to discard 2 cards, I think I'm going to discard these 2. Yeah. So that's the Mandate of Heaven's Solstice done. I can discard a card to choose from something. Oh, what I'll do from here is I will draw a card from this one, because there's no cost to this. So that means I get my top dynasty card. An Empress is coming in. Goes into my discard pile, all shuffled up, and we draw a card. And let's see if we want to discard it to draw a different card or get a resource. Or we do have 3 bricks. We could pay 2 bricks to get a good. Ministry of the Army. Yeah, I'll discard that to draw another one. Scholar Officials. So we've got Scholar Officials back. That's all the Solstice stuff. Oh, not all the Solstice stuff. The end of the game hasn't been triggered, so I've got to take an unrest. Okay, then. So back over here. We've got Mandate of Heaven out, so we definitely want one of the actions to be this, don't we? I'm kind of acquiring a land I don't particularly want, but, you know, it's got to be done sometimes, hasn't it? So I take an unrest. I have put extra unrest in the game, because if it all runs out, we collapse and the game ends, and in solo you lose. In multiplayer you don't always lose. So take that to acquire a land twice. So I'm going to have to take this borderland, which protects you from attacks and stuff, and I'm not too fussed about. But it's what's available to us right now. I can't break through, we're just acquiring. So we're just getting the first 2 things. I've got the Savannah as well. And no trade symbols. There, the trade symbols come out now. Put this into your history. So the Emperor has done. I think I'm going to exhaust the Mandate of Heaven to put a population on a card in the market, and then I'm going to abandon it. Where's the thing that let me play something for free? Oh yeah, this let me play something for free, didn't I? So the Emperor is an action. Then I can do Imperial Examinations over here. Acquire a green or a grey with population on it. It's going to be this. So unfortunately for me, it has to come with the unrest, but also all the many tokens it's also got. So I need to pop up my stuff now. I've got a bit more population and a tiny bit more progress. And new stuff coming out here. Oh, the River Delta. I wish I'd done it in the different order. If you are an empire, find scholar officials and free play it. That's this. I'm not. That's 2 actions. So I did that as well. I think we might as well. We've got Tang Prosperity here. It would just get me one resource, and then I could free play the city. Rather than just playing the city. It lets them draw a card as well, but they're getting to add a card anyway. Hi, Rach. So I think, yeah, all players may draw a card. Thank you. Gain a brick for every bag you have in play. That's just one. They get to draw a card too, which means they just discard a card. And I've free played my thing. Yeah, I think that's a decent 3 actions. Exhaust. Acquire a thing. We haven't got a trade route still. Oh, I've got loads of cards though. It's tempting to kind of keep unrest and have a revolt turn where we just get rid of all the unrest in one go. But I won't for now. Rach, you've missed all the highs. We'll definitely do our exhaust. Discard 2 cards to gain a progress. That was the unrest, yeah. Put your progress on. Do you want to keep any of this stuff? The lands I kind of want to keep getting out. I won't keep Rebellion. Scholar Officials I kind of like. You know what? I'm going to just discard it all. Let's just see what comes out. So, get all of your actions and things back. I need to put a population out on something.
Thanks, everyone.
More bags I would like. I'm going to put population out there, I think. Then, draw. So 1, 2. We need to shuffle again, and all of our exhausts have been returned, so I can take a new card from my Dynasty deck. There are a lot of cards suddenly in this deck. We've added those lands and not put them out, and I've taken loads of unrest. Hopefully, we'll get to sort that out. We've got the Empress, though. Oh, cannot be played unless Mandate of Heaven is in play, and the Emperor is in your history. Choose Breakthrough for a Grey or Develop. Put this card into your history. Okay, so we need an exhaust on there again and draw back up. Unrest, Unrest, Ministry, and we'll get another Unrest in a minute. So it makes it quite tempting to have these revolt turns at some point, doesn't it? Okay, the bot. Let's see what they're going to be up to. We do need some story time with Rach, don't we? I don't know what that will be, but we need to have something. So they're not getting all of their actions, which is a relief. Let's get their thing back. So let's see what their cards are going to be. Prosperity. So that, I don't think, has anything on it. So it's going to be other. Discard the top 3 cards of the deck. They haven't actually got a deck, so great time for this to happen. Return an unrest from their discard. No. Acquire something. So this is any type out there. You may draw a card. Need to remember that bit. So let's have a look at the market. If it's any type, they just want the thing worth the most points. None, 2 + 1, 3. Any wild card is worth 5 to them, so that's what they want. So they grab that, gets them a progress. Yeah, they put progress out last time, so that goes on top of their deck. I may draw a card, it said, didn't it? Which I will. So that was just their first action. Oh, and we need to, let me just refill the commons. Some imports. Then, a land. So I think that's the first thing that we're going to get to here. Play this land. Exile a card from the market. Okay, let's have their discard pile in a different place. Because I'm going to get confused with the lands that they've played. Exile a card from the market. So they just want to exile the lowest numbered thing, don't they? Which I know you can't see because I've covered it up with their thing. A tributary card, the Byzantines. Exile a card from the market. Why can't I see where I was there? Gain a population and a brick. Done that. Next up, an unrest. They just put back. And finally, advance. What's that going to have on it? I think it's going to be the barbarian symbol, isn't it? So it's not glory. Maybe that's their last card left. So spend 3 bricks to acquire. Or what should this have done? Nothing, should it? It should just be in their discard pile. Spend 3 bricks to acquire a card and put this into history. They can't. Here's their resources. If unable, spend 2 population. They can do that. Spend 2 population to acquire a blue or a yellow and put this into history. A blue or a yellow then. So get this out of the way. That's their last card anyway. So 3 points, no points. They will have the blue. It is just acquire, isn't it? Yes. So they've acquired that. Distant island comes out. Then they put a progress out there. That slides down. And I think they've gained enough to not shuffle their deck right now. They've got a land out. Solstice. So we've got to take an unrest. Got 3 in my hand right now. It is a bit tempting to... We've got 2 discard a card to draw a card. We could be gaining resources instead. But I'm going to discard to draw a card. I'm going to discard this to draw a card. I can't remember how much unrest I've got. And then I'm going to... So we could just draw a card or we could just get a resource. I'm going to draw a card again. I can't remember if there's another unrest. There's my Mandate of Heaven. That's all my Solstice abilities, I think. So for my turn, I think I'm quite tempted here to just revolt. So rather than have 3 actions and 5 exhausts, or you can innovate, which I don't think I ever do, discard all of your hand and then you can break through for a card, apart from, you can't do a trade route one, I don't think. Or you can have a revolt turn, return all of your unrest cards, or any that you want, and then carry on. That's 4 unrests. I think that's pretty good. We are just going to gain 1 again, though, is the downside. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep that Mandate of Heaven and the Empress, I think. We'll discard the others. Free player city? I don't have one yet, I don't think. Yeah. Get all of that back. And then we draw back up. Because if we drew 5, we still wouldn't be getting a new card in. So, yeah, I'll keep these. Oh, that was a city. I do have a big city. Forgot. Already got rid of that card now. Okay. So that's my quick turn. Let's see what the bot's going to do. It's getting a full complement of actions. And then I'm going for less than 3 hours this time. If you can tell, I don't want to speed through it, but I want to be decisive. So conquer, no. So can they spend 3 bricks? No. Can they spend 2 population to acquire stuff? Yes. So put that into history. Spend their 2 population, and they are getting a blue stroke yellow. So let's have a look up here. So the yellow, I still have cleanup, don't I? What would I put population on? I quite like this imports. Can't do it yet, but pay 3 resources to break through for a green or a grey. My population went on there. So they can't break through for a blue. They can break through for a yellow, and they'll do the one that's worth a point because it's got a progress on it. It's got 2 bags on it as well. I'd like that. Tough luck for me though, isn't it? So they get a progress and a population as well. So that's all of their first card, and then I think they're going to have unrest, something, unrest, something. Unrest just goes back. Something is the Byzantines, which, oh, that's a tributary card. Spend 2 progress to break through. Yes, they can do that. So spend their progress to break through for a trade route and put this card into history. They should be able to break through for a trade route. Let me just find one. There should be like at least a couple in the deck, I think. Oh, one wasn't coming for ages. Hopewell exchange system. So they are going to have the first trade route out next turn, I imagine. Mini shuffle. Then unrest again. Yes. We know because of what they bought last time that that's what it's going to be. And then gardening is going to come under... what is it going to come under? No. It's not ongoing, so other, isn't it? So discard the top 3 cards of the deck. They've only got 2. Am I missing something here? Where is their glory card? Oh, it's not in their starting cards. Didn't realise that. I thought I'd messed up their setup, but I haven't. So they can discard 2. I'm putting it on the land that they've played. They can discard 2 cards. Return an unrest from the discard. No, they have no unrest. Acquire anything, and then I may draw a card. I will. So they're going to acquire anything. And this is their last card to play. So we have got things that are worth nothing. 2, 5. Yeah, they're going to get the imports I wanted, aren't they? Get the thing that's worth the most points always, and they've had a population that I put out for them. A new civilized card comes out with some unrest on it, and I think that might be it. So they're not putting any progress out because they rolled a 6. Oh, get the picture. Can they acquire a trade route? No. Can they pay 5 goods? They've got none. Resolvable profits? No. Trade if able? No. Pay a progress for a good. They probably could have done that last time. Yeah, actually, they would have done that, wouldn't they? So actually what they would have done with this card, they would already have paid a progress to get a good. So with that, they would have just gained a good and not put that card into history. And they don't have the trade route. Which I will shuffle back in. That's when it's not a huge fix. So now they won't trade because they can't yet, but they will turn a progress into a good. Yep. I think so. And I think that's it. So refresh their cards. We can get rid of this now. Doop. And they need something from their Dynasty deck at last. They've run out of cards. So shuffle all of this up. And let's see what we've got. Oh, about to have a peek. Let's not see what we've got. We'll find out next time. Solstice. So we've got to get the unrest. It is end of solstice. I'm supposed to get that, but just so I don't forget. So we can just draw things. We can be gaining resources. I don't think I want to abandon 4 things just yet. I'll get some more stuff out before I do the rebellion. So I'm going to discard that to draw. Let me scholar officials. Do you want to discard anything else? I think the Empress I quite like. I'd like that scrubland. I'd like to put population out there and get the scrubland, but I don't think we're going to do it just yet. I'm going to discard another one and draw again. So we will go through the deck. Chan Buddhism has gone into the discard pile. So they're the 2 discard abilities. I've got 4 bricks and 5 population. I don't seem to need to spend them as much. Free player, a city. I do have a city in my hand as well, so that's going to be one of the things. Let's see if I draw a card. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to be cycling through unless I have another way of drawing cards mid-turn. Which I do. Yeah, let's draw a card with that solstice thing. Get through this deck. And then we've got the unrest as well. Loads of cards. Okay, so one thing I definitely want to do is Tang Prosperity. Everyone can draw a card, gain a brick for every bag you have. So that's just going to be one, which isn't great. But then you can free play a city. So you can get Lo Yang out, Solstice, gain a thing, or draw a card. So we've got two of them, basically. So that's one of my actions, isn't it, playing that. And then the others, I was thinking of the Empress. I'd have to put Mandate of Heaven out. But I can get rid of it. Breakthrough for a grey. Or Develop, which I can't do yet. Once I'm an Empire, I can. And once I'm an Empire, I can start using those grey cards. Or I could just get the lands out to abandon for me glory card. We could wait on that. Or if we put a land out, which lets me draw a card. Oh, it's my Scholar Officials. So that's my second action, putting a land out. Exile a card from the market. Couriers increases your hand size by 1. Now I wish I'd got that. Let's see what's out here. Let's get rid of that land. We've got a Glacier comes out. You may garrison a card. I don't think I'm going to just yet. I think I'm doing all right. So we've just got one action left now. I can and will, I think, discard 2 cards to get a progress. Can't trade. No one's got a trade route yet. I wonder if I've got one about. I think I have. They're all Solstice abilities. Maybe discard a different card and put the Borderland out. Exile a card from the market. You may garrison a card. And then I'm protected from attacks, but I don't think they're really in this this commons, the trading commons. So I've done all of that. Are you keeping these? I don't think so just yet. Discard it all. Or maybe acquire a card with population on it, because I'm going to put population out in a minute. Yeah. Let's do that. And I'm going to put the population on the couriers, which I hope to get next time. I'll do it at the end of my turn. So I'll keep that. I draw 1, 2, 3, 4. All of your exhaust and stuff come back, and your actions reset. We get our last Empire card, but I've still got to get that, and then we become an Empire. So next time through the deck, we'll get it. Got my Chan Buddhism. This is what I gained last time, isn't it? It hasn't come out yet. Passive, reduce the cost in resources or cards to play Unrest by 1 to a minimum of 1. In the Solstice, pay a bricks to return an Unrest or gain a bricks. Oh, or gain a bricks. I thought it was saying pay a brick to gain a brick. No, just gain a brick is the other option. Okay, I've got Tang Prosperity again. Free play a city, but I haven't got one in hand just yet. There's not one about. Let's see what the bot does. So roll in the dice first. 4. So I'm not going to get to do that. And then Unrest goes back. Can't pick cards up. Imports. Okay. So this is going to come under other, isn't it? I think that's the first thing that applies. Discard the top 3 cards of the bot deck. They only had 2, but still. Return an Unrest, no. Acquire something. 3 points is the most value, so they'll acquire that. The blue card that came out, they've had. A trade route's come out. The Andes Highway. Commerce ability, you get this for free when you play it. Gain 2 population and a progress. Anyone doing trade can put goods on this, and then once it's full up with 3 goods on it, you can spend an action to place a card on the top of your deck to take the top fame card and exile this. Ooh, so So you'd lose the point from it, but getting a fame card, that's huge. Unfortunately, like, don't think about it yet. It might be gone by the time the choice comes around to you. You may draw a card. I shall. And that just goes into their discard. Next up is going to be Prosperity, which I think we've seen before, is another other. They discard the couple of cards they just gained. Return an Unrest. They did just gain a card, so they have got an Unrest to return. Acquire a thing. I think the highest point value is 3 points on this warehouse. I think they would have gained that last time, actually. So that should be in the discard. And the blue should be in the deck with this Unrest right now. Little fix, because there were even points, but if they're even in points, they take the thing with the most tokens on, and then they take the leftmost thing. Then, one more card. Oh, that just goes into this card. You may draw a card. Yes. And last card for them is going to be Kingdom of Kush. So that... Oh no, blue becomes before Barbarian card. Can they spend 2 progress to break through for a trade route? No. So they gain a progress. And that just gets discarded. That's all of their cards. So let's go to the image. I think still, there's no trade routes come about just yet. Can they pay 5 goods? No, they've got 2. Resolve all profits? Nope. Trade? No one's got a trade route yet. Pay a progress for a good. So they've got 3 goods now. And I think that's that. They put a progress out. Oh, get rid of that picture. It's the downside of remembering the picture too late is I haven't got a lovely button that just does it for me. Do it myself. Then let's get you out. They have reached the end of their deck, so a new card from their Dynasty deck. And then Solstice abilities. I think... How many cards are left in this deck? 4 cards left in it. We have drawn some extra things anyway. I want to be able to perhaps abandon stuff to get a fame card. And we can get a load of resources if we abandon the cities. And then we can put them back out for free later. I think I'm happy to discard Taoism to draw a card. I think these I'm just going to gain population. I've got a couple of population from them. And then discard something for another benefit. What would you discard? Probably Mandate of Heaven again. Yeah, I'll want it soon. And I'll have the bricks. And then I have to gain an Unrest in Solstice. So then cards in... It's back to my turn. We're definitely going to be able to get this next time. So you let me draw a card. I could discard one of these to acquire a land. We quite like the lands. There's no cities out yet in the commons. I would like the trade route card. So I can use my merchants to get that. I think we definitely want this out. Being able to reduce the cost of getting rid of Unrest would be very nice. And in Solstice, being able to get rid of an Unrest. Unfortunately, we gained the Unrest at the very end, so we've got to do some messing about with that. What if we acquired a trade route and got that going? So there's another unrest. So play this, and then we can gain 2 population and a progress. So some more points. And then in the future we can keep trading on that and get the stuff from it. Oh, as the camera froze. Oh, it's choosing to do that today. Just leave myself all solemn like that. Deactivate. Reactivate. There it is. Just every 44 minutes we'll have to do that. Right. That's 2 actions doing all that. I can't do that again because I've already exhausted that. I can definitely discard 2 cards. So let's keep one of the unrest maybe. So I don't need to draw 5 cards. There's only 3 left in my deck to get that one and become an empire. Oh, we need to fill you back up. And what else? I'm not going to do Ministry of the Army. I'm probably going to do Rebellion, to be honest. And then there's going to be a lot of cards in that deck. Discard those 2 to get a progress. That's the thing on my card itself. And then, so Rebellion. Abandon 4 things. I want to abandon... For every city you abandon, get 2 resources. But you're not getting their Solstice ability. I'm going to keep Tang Prosperity in my hand and no, I can only keep 1. Keep Tang Prosperity so I can get free plays off them back out once they come in again. But they're going to be in your discard. Just keep the unrest. So abandon 4 things. I'm going to, abandon extra card draws and stuff. And the 2 lands. Because then I'll get 4 resources. I've got 10 resources. And then we look at the top 3 cards of the Fame deck. And I can have 1. So we could have Supreme. No effect when played. Can't be discarded during your cleanup step anyway. Can't be garrisoned in a land. Worth 11 points. That's one option. Just a big points grab. Free play. It's ongoing. Exhaust this to draw a card or gain a progress. If you break through for a card, you could do both. I think I can do a bit of breaking through, not tons. Or determined. Break through for a land or a tributary. You may garrison a card in a land with no other garrison card to trigger that card's played effect. I think the Intrepid, drawing some more things, it's worth just 5 points anyway for having it. A point per garrisoned card in... lands. I haven't got a lot of that. I quite like the just 11 points as well, but I haven't got a great exiling thing yet, if at all. I think I'm going to take Intrepid, which is a bit of a shame because that comes into my hand and is going to get discarded now with everything else. But we can start getting rid of some of the unrest and stuff as well. They go back on top, I think. And we've got a Fame card anyway. So then, all of your exhausts come back. We've got a couple of things out now, unfortunately. Get all of your actions back. Put a population on something. I want those couriers. I'm afraid they're going to go. I haven't gained them. I didn't do my examinations. Maybe I should have done that to gain them. I want an increase in hand size. That might have solved some problems. I can't pay it to an empire, though. And I'm going to be an empire now. So, 4 cards. Here's the 5th. And we are now an empire. So I've still got the same number of actions and exhausts and stuff. And my deck is suddenly... Oh, my camera's gone again. That hasn't lasted very long, has it? Is it just the streaming thing? It's not even unfroze itself, is it? Keep going much longer, we'll have to just turn it off. Just be a voice in the wind. It'd be great if I didn't read what was on that card, to be honest, but it'd be great if I drew it. No, not quite. Right, that's my turn. Bot time. A load of stuff happening in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, number 4. And let's see what bot's up to. So first of all, Valley. A land, play this land, exile a card from the market. They want to exile the leftmost thing. Breakthrough for a trade route was on that. Exile a card from the market, gain a population and a brick. That's card number 1. Then an unrest just goes back. A tributary card. Can they spend 2 to break through for a trade route? No, because they keep spending them. So they gain 1 instead. They're not playing that card because there's a dice on it. And this Empire card, I think, comes under Other. Discard the top 3 cards of the bot deck. I've got a lot in there. Get rid of an unrest from the discard. No. Acquire a card, and then I may draw a card. So acquiring a card, we're looking at 3 points, 5 points, 2 points, 2 points, no points. So that's what they acquire. The money lenders. Comes out a trade route, Hopewell exchange system. I may draw a card. Thank you very much. And that's their turn. They put progress out on cultural diversity. Slide along. They're not shuffling their deck yet. Got a couple of lands out. And yeah, Solstice, isn't it? Which is there's a bit less to do than usual here. So I have got Solstice, pay a bricks. I've got 10, you can see in the corner, can't you? I've got 10 bricks. So yes, I'll pay 1 to return an unrest. I'm about to gain 1 in a minute. So that's that effect. And then the others are discard a card to choose. Oh, that's not an option either. I have to discard a card. I have been doing it every time anyway, but one of these cities isn't an option. Discard a card to choose. I'll choose to draw a card for both of them, hoping to find the card I just gained. Draw a card for every city you have in play, including this one. Gain a brick and a population for each of these icons you have at least one of in play. So I want some diversity in my lands as well. And then put this into history. Not yet. We don't want that one yet. Need to get some stuff back out. So not found me amazing card, but we need to build back up now as well. So that's Solstice. And then final thing in Solstice, gain an unrest. Okay. So let's have a think. I am an empire. So this lets me acquire things with population on it. Yes, let's acquire the couriers that I want that increase my hand size. It's got 2 population on it as well. Unfortunately comes with an unrest, but things do. Then, if you're an empire, find scholar officials, which is in my deck. It's top card on my deck. And free play it. I like this being an empire. Then, so, Scholar Officials is draw a card. It's my Rebellion. Probably not doing that right away because we've only just done it. Add a resource of your choice to a card in the market. Probably population. And maybe we'll put that on Scrubland. I don't want to... He's probably going to gain a trade route anyway at some point. Or gain all resources from a card in the market. Do you know what? I won't do that, actually. I'll do the other choice. I'll gain this progress. Thank you very much. Give me a couple of points. That was nice. That's a nice free play. So that's the first thing, isn't it? That was the first action of me 3. Then, couriers I want back out, don't I? Increasing my hand size. I spent effort to get them. I need goods so that I can trade, don't I? I can trade with other peoples without having any goods. I have got a good. Okay, then. So I can exhaust to trade. I can trade with myself, putting one of my own goods on here, and that's going to get me 2 population and a progress. So if you haven't got any goods, like I haven't now, You can spend a progress to get a good, but that's your trade done. I'll definitely be able to discard 2 cards. Don't want to do Rebellion, and I don't want to keep 2 Unrest, so let's exhaust, discard 2 cards to gain a progress. So we've got 10 of that. We've got 1 action left, so we can't do this unless Mandate of Heaven is in place, so we don't have to worry about that. Discard, can't do that. I don't really want to spend an action on getting Unrest away, so let's just start the cities coming back out again. Put that out as the 3rd action, and I will keep... Will I keep an Unrest in my hand, just so we can get rid of it with Buddhism? I think so. Don't want to bring too much, because I'm not going to get to do a development anyway yet, so... Oh, I get to draw 5 though, don't I? Because my hand size is increased by 1. And I could potentially draw a card in Solstice. Get all of this back. Yeah, you never really know what points anybody's got, really, do you? Like you or the bots. The bot, I don't feel, is doing... They screened away when they were Tang yesterday. They're not acquiring as many cards this time, but we'll see how they go. I'm done, aren't I? Oh no, I need to put a population on something. I think the Scrubland. I have to do that at the end of my turn. Bot time. And they're not doing that. Let's see what they are up to. Oh. Right, let's... What if... Let's turn it off a sec. What if I close the program that controls the camera and then open that again? Loading screen. So I've got to be on this view to turn the camera back on. Any minute now. Hey, that's working there. Are you working there? Let's see if it carries on. If it freezes one more time. It's just not happening today, is it? Right, there's an Unrest. That goes back. We've got the Moneylenders, which I think goes to Other, doesn't it? Discard the top 3 cards of the deck. They only had 1. Return an Unrest from the discard. Nope. Acquire anything. And then I may draw a card. Let's see. Acquire anything. 3 points. 1, 2, 1, nothing. They want the most points. So they acquire that. I may draw a card. Thank you very much. Mandate of Heaven. We want that out, don't we? Even if it makes us discard things. Yep, that's done then. Then... Ooh, an ongoing thing. That's got a separate... Let's see, let's try and make sure I don't skip past anything. I think it's ongoing is the first thing here. Return an Unrest from the discard. I think still haven't got one. Nope, you haven't got one. Gain a population. Pop them on 4. Put this card into history. Okay. And then finally, another ongoing. There's nothing ahead of that, is there, to do? Nope. Another ongoing is return of Unrest. They haven't got one. Gain a population. Put this in history. So yeah, they're having these turns, aren't they? They had one of those in the first turn where I'm not complaining. I don't want them to do anything, but they haven't got to do as much as perhaps they usually would. Maybe because of the order of the cards or something, but maybe they're just gearing up to do tons. They are putting a new card in from their Dynasty deck and giving it a shuffle. Tentatively can still see that my face is moving, so that's always good news, isn't it? Right, so Solstice. I will draw a card with you. I will return an Unrest for the cost of a brick from you. So we're about to gain one as well. I must discard a card to choose an option. I will choose... I'll discard Taoism. to draw something. And then I've got another power. I will discard this unrest to draw something. Let's have a look at these development cards. Right. Have a look at them all. I think I can afford anything. I've not had to spend any resources yet. So, return an unrest from your discard pile. Break through for a civilized card, including from the exiled cards, and put this into your history. It's just a nice one-off. These do go into a discard when we buy them, so we don't get them straight away. Although we're shuffling in, we're getting... How many cards have I got? We're just getting one, aren't we? Hey, Skycraft, how's it going? Draw a card, gain a thing, and return... Oh, get an exhaust token back, and maybe do a couple of things. That's quite cheap. I can afford that. I might do that. Oh, thanks, Pete. Have a good time with Divinus. Divinus. Oh, I said it like that. I played the prototype for that, didn't I? Been a while, hasn't it? I'm glad it's arrived. Exhaust, take unrest to trade up to 2 times. Solstice, discard a card. If Mandate of Heaven is in play, gain a good. Another thing that makes you discard cards, though. I can see a trade route. I'd quite like out. Maybe that first. Commerce, draw a card and acquire a civilized card, including from exiled cards. Profit, breakthrough for a thing. That's just a one-offer. But it's worth 3 points if it's in your history and it's done with. That's winning at the moment, I think. You may put a card from your hand into your history. If Mandate of Heaven is in play, oh, you can exhaust. This is a thing to exhaust every time. A point per trade route. Not first, I don't think. Pay Solstice. Pay 2 bricks to put a progress on this card or abandon it with a point for every 5 progress. It's got 2 bags on it as well, helping you get more bricks. It's something you want out quite early, that, isn't it? You got to keep doing it. That's tempting to get that going soon. A point for every 5 progress on it. I've frozen, Hunter. Okay, we're going to have to go base camless. Right, that's winning at the moment because it feels like I need to get that out first. You still get the progress that's on it as well, don't you? Exhaust. Spend an action and discard 2 cards to acquire something with stuff on it or return up to 2 unrest from your discard pile. That's quite nice as well. And finally, Fireworks, free play. Draw a card and discard a card. You can put a card from your discard into your history. I want to do all of these things. I'm going to go for Porcelain first. So that's costing me 3 bricks. 1, 2, 3. And a population. I've got loads of population. So you can go in my discard pile. You all stay in me thing. Hey, Monica. How's it going? We're going to draw a card. Is it going to be... What did I buy? Porcelain? And this is Solstice, isn't it? We're about to have a turn. I think this is the last Solstice. Oh, no, there's another Couriers. I can draw another card. So is it that? It's Unrest. Couriers. You may draw a card. If you do, put a card on top of your deck. I will, because I can put Unrest back and we'll definitely draw it at the end for the Buddhism in the Solstice. Okay, then last thing in Solstice, gain an Unrest. So, we've got free play on Intrepid. Exhaust when you acquire a card. Exhaust this to choose to draw a card or gain a progress. Hey, Monica, my face is frozen. It shan't be appearing anymore this stream. Oh, we can return an unrest with this, can't we? If you... I don't think you has come out yet, have they? Is this a card that's in my deck right now? Oh no, it's a card I haven't got yet. If that's in my history, this gets me a progress. Oh, I should have got them first. But it is a way of getting more unrest back, because I think, doesn't the bot ignore any return unrest powers? I'm reaching for the rules now. I realise you can't see me do stuff. Yeah, the bot ignores any effects that would allow it to return unrest. So I think I'm going to do this poetry to kick off. All players may return an unrest. They always choose not to. Draw a card for every one returned. Okay, I did just put unrest, so that breaks that. Okay, maybe we just need to keep that. Right. They're not in my history, so I don't get a progress. Maybe we need to get Mandate of Heaven out. All players may draw a card, so they discard one. Get a land. Gain a brick for every bag you have in play. That's just one right now. And you may free play a city. Let's get my cities back out. That's the main thing I wanted to do. I don't have a good, so I think I'm going to have to exhaust this to turn a progress into a good. And next time we can do a trade. They're not trading with me. We could get Mandate of Heaven out. It does make me discard cards, but it's kind of required for other things, isn't it? Or we could just get these out and maybe go for a fame thing. We can pay 3 goods to flip the merchant card. We could have acquired another thing, actually. Another trade route card. What if we do that? Yeah. Don't get the good, and instead, let's acquire this trade route card, unfortunately with an unrest, but we have got decent ways of getting rid of unrest. Not all available to me yet. And then my third action is going to be putting this out. And so, commerce, choose, put up to 2 cards from your hand and or discard pile into your history, or draw 2 cards. So I've got my porcelain, I'm just going to have to keep that in my hand for next time. I just want those out as options, and let's get the trade routes going. I will keep an unrest in my hand as well. And I'll discard everything else. Oh, we can discard 2 cards to get a progress with that. Are there any other exhaust? Oh, exhaust when you acquire a card. I just acquired a trade route card. Draw a card or gain a progress. I'll gain a progress. That's just a point. And I think that's all of the exhaust things I can do right now, because I didn't put Mandate of Heaven out again. Do you know what? I think I'm going to keep Mandate of Heaven in my hand. I feel like I perhaps should have done that. Right. More things that let me draw cards would be good. Draw up to 6. There are more unrests in there. And with the draw powers, I don't think we're going to quite be at a development. Not quite. Bot time. And what are they for? What are they up to? They have a land. So play the land. Exile a card from the market, and they're gaining 1 and 1. So they exile. Oh, I haven't put a population out on something. Recall lands. I don't think I'm going to do that. Move 2 of your bricks to different cards in the market. Not going to do that. Ignore the barbarian. Maybe that. So they can't exile things with tokens on. They exile this. Just a leftmost thing, isn't it? That doesn't have unrest on it. Next up, what are they up to? An unrest just goes back. Blue, spend 2 progress. They've got... Oh, I didn't do their trade thing last time. They should have spent a progress to get a good. Oh, and they could have traded. So they don't use one of their goods. I didn't do their trade thing last time. They trade if able. So we're going to have to do a little retcon right now. They would have taken a good from the supply to put on my trade card. This was the only one that existed at the moment. And it's the Andes Highway. So if we look at here, they do the commerce effect, which will be gain 2 population and a progress. So they do have 2 progress. Now we fixed everything. So this is spend 2 progress to break through for a trade route. So let's see. Is there one still in the thing? Yes. So they've got the Swahili coast. They're going to have a trade route going on now. Goes on top of their deck. And yeah, that's it for the blue card. And finally, the last thing they get to do, take the progress off them. The last thing they get to do is some gardening, which I don't think does anything apart from other. So that is discard the top 3 cards of their deck, return an unrest. No, they haven't got one. acquire anything, and I may draw a card. I'll do that now. There's my Empress, so I can get my Native Heaven out and then get her out, and that'll be all great. Acquire anything. So we are on 4 points. That's probably going to be the thing. Yep. So they're going to get a progress and a population from that. They grab that. Something new comes out. Hunters and Trackers. Had that last time, didn't we? Then, their trade stuff at the end. Come on, come up. So, can they acquire a trade route? No. Can they pay 5 goods? They've got 4 goods, you know. Resolve all profits? No. Trade if able. They can trade. So their priority is the trade race with the most goods. So they'll put another good on mine and get to do the ability, which was Andy's. So I can't use that again, annoyingly. I like the ability of that. Gain 2 population and a progress. And then they spend a progress to get a good, don't they? They got 5 goods now. They're going to change next time, aren't they, to the upgraded trade thing. Solstice time. And I'm going to draw a card with you. An unrest. Piling that up. I'm going to discard a card to draw a card. There's Taoism. I'm going to discard Taoism to draw a card with this city. I'm going to gain bricks with you. Got 7 bricks now. And I'm going to draw... Oh, I'm going to use your ability to spend a brick to return an unrest. And then you may draw a card, and if you do, put a card on top of your deck, because this is going to let us have a development. And the development is going to be... Yeah, I need this in my history, I think. Spend 4 population. 2, 3, 4. To get that into my deck. That gets an exhaust marker on it. These exhaust markers shouldn't be out. And it would be amazing if I could draw that. And we do draw it. That's pretty great. Return a thing from your discard pile, so I need to get it discarded. That shouldn't be too hard to do. Okay. End of Solstice. Get the unrest. Okay. So we can now, with the Andes Highway, I could spend an action, put a card on top of your deck to take the top fame card and exile this. I think I'll do that. That's one of my actions then. You can do that in the future. So I get these 3 goods. And usually it would go in your discard pile, but this gets exiled. So I lose the point, but the fame card should be worth a lot more. And we know what it is, don't we? Because I've put them back. It's the... You can't do a load of stuff with this. I need the stuff that lets me exile things, don't I now? I need to get that exiled. Can't be discarded in your cleanup step, but it can be discarded with other things that discard cards. So let's discard these 2 to gain a progress. That's just an exhaust ability. Let's play you to return an unrest from your discard pile, break through for a grey, including from exiled cards. Is there anything in the exile that I want? The Nabatean Kingdom, I think, is the only one that got exiled. Pay 2 population to break through for a trade route, exile a card from the market, and either take an unrest or put this in your history. I think I'll break through for something unknown. We get epic poetry. When you would acquire or break through for a green or grey, you may instead break through for an exiled card of the same suit, and if you do, recall this card. So I broke through for that. This goes in my history. And because I broke through, I can exhaust this to gain a progress. Oh, you can't see it. I can exhaust this to gain a progress and draw a card. That's another unrest. That's 2 of my actions done, though. Where's my thing that lets me get 3 actions? Oh, there is this. Once it's out, you can exhaust it, discard a grey, and pay 2 population to spend an action. There is something that lets me gain an action somewhere. I can't seem to find it. This lets me acquire things and then free play that Scholar Officials, which lets me draw more cards, doesn't it? I think we need to get this Porcelain out and start getting that going. So that's my third action. And in Solstice, I can put bricks on the card. So I can do a trade. I've got goods now. So I'll spend one of my own goods. It's the only trade thing that's out. Put up to 2 cards from your hand and or discard pile in your history. Oh, well, there we go then. I forgot I had that. I'll put you. I don't really want that epic poetry card. Yeah. I'm gonna exile it. It's worth some points. Still worth getting. Or draw 2 cards. Yeah, I'd rather have that than draw the cards, even though I do have a lot of cards I want to get through. Any other exhaust abilities I want to do? I don't think so. Do we want to keep cards? I kind of want to keep an Unrest, even though I feel that they're going to be about. Kind of want to keep the Imperial Examinations. I think I want Mandate of Heaven and the Empress. Even if we don't cycle through loads, I can use the Empress to develop. Yeah, I don't want to abandon everything for a Fame card just yet. We need to thin this deck down a bit, I think. So there's 3 cards. We fill up to 6, but we should be able to, you know, get stuff next time. Right. Yeah, Cultural Diversity is an amazing card. But I haven't really got... Early on, it would be great. Like, I think in the recorded playthrough, I got it early. Did I? And I got to play Empire cards early. Amazing. And I haven't really got any... So I am an Empire, so I can play the Empire cards. And I only had 1 Barbarian card, I think, in the Tang deck. So it's not been as useful to me in this one. I can't remember who I was in the recorded playthrough. Oh, I never filled these cards back up. I need to put a population out on something. I wouldn't mind more things. I want more bag symbols so I can get loads of bricks and stuff. Let's see how that goes. Right, bot. What's he up to? Hey, he's not getting tons of turns. He's getting some, though. And what are they going to be? Prosperity. So that, I think, goes all the way to the bottom, doesn't it? Discard 3 cards. Return an Unrest. I don't think he's got one. No. Acquire anything, and then I may draw a card. I shall. So, acquire anything. 5 points. Yeah, anything with a star he's going to just acquire. Because it's worth 5 big points to him. And I've drawn a card. Unrest just goes back. Unrest just goes back. And finally, Byzantines. He's got something special for blue. He has got 1 progress, so he can't spend 2 to break through. He will gain 1 instead. And then that gets discarded. He puts a progress out there. Slide that along. And fill back up. Oh, before we're filling up, get the trade thing up. So he is still a merchant. Can he acquire a trade route? No. He has got 5 goods. So he is going to pay 5 goods to gain the top Fame card. We know what this was, one of the 3 that we saw. Haven't seen anything new yet, but that is worth 5 points to him. I suppose better than 11. So he gains that, and he flips to be a merchant empire. So he's going to be doing the other column from now on, and he doesn't do the trading stuff. So Marty is complaining now. He's not quite coming up to us, but he is complaining that he's been left on his own. So you should actually be there, shouldn't you? And then he's going to gain something from his Dynasty deck, which he's still a fair old bit away from his Ascension card. And yeah, just fill that one up. And then Solstice. So I can pay 2 bricks. I've got 6. Let's pay 2 bricks to put a progress on this card or abandon it. And I get an extra point for every 5 that are on there. So like, yeah, Are there going to be enough turns to do that? I can pay a brick to return this, which I will. I need to make sure that I've got those bricks, though, around. And thinking of that, I'm going to use these abilities that just let me gain things. Rather than drawing cards like normal, I am just going to use them to gain a brick each. I've got to discard something. Let's say it's going to be an unrest, and I'm going to get a brick. Do I want to discard something else? Yeah, maybe cosmopolitan culture, and I will draw... No, I'll get a brick, because I might need them for the development costs. Yeah, let's do that. Not as much drawing, because I know kind of what I'm doing with this stuff this turn. I only got 4 cards. Probably not going to be able to discard 2 to do some good stuff. Oh, no, I may draw a card, but I've got to put something back on top of the deck. Oh, this one here is exhaust it to add a population to a card in the market, or if you returned an unrest this turn, discard a grey to get an action. That's the thing I was thinking of that lets me get an action. Let's put that back on top of the deck. So Mandate of Heaven's going out. So I can exhaust that. I don't think I'm gaining... Oh, I can break through for a grey. I don't really want that grey, though. And then you may abandon it. I probably just won't exhaust it. I just want to play the Empress, really, most of all. Because you need... The Emperor is in the history. The Mandate of Heaven is in play. So I can break through for a grey or develop. I'm going to develop. And then this goes in my history and is worth a point. I could then use this and get rid of it. So we've got a lot of population. I think... I mean, getting rid of more unrest would be nice. I think I've chosen all of the get rid of unrest stuff. Oh, this is return up to 2. Spend an action to return up to 2 unrest from your discard pile. Yeah, let's get Confucianism. So that goes into my discard. Costs me 4 population, but I've got 8. So I've still got a decent amount. And I've got an action left. Oh, we've got all the exhausty stuff. I think we still might be able to do another development. So that's got an exhaust on it for now, but it'll lose that at the end. Yeah, we can do our trade to trade with myself because he's still not put his thing out. He discarded his trade route. And I'll draw 2 cards with it rather than put 2 things in the history. Oh, poetry. All players may return unrest. I haven't got one. Discarded them all. And you now is in my history, so that's worth a progress. That's unfortunate. Exhaust things. Have I acquired a card yet? Is developing acquiring a card? I would imagine no. That would be too convenient. So maybe just keep them in the hand. I haven't acquired a card, so no exhaust there. I can do that exhaust and get rid of it, and then I wouldn't have to discard the 2 cards. Yeah, exhaust it. Put a population out on something. Just this scrubland, apparently. Or, I don't know, even things out a bit, maybe. And then I can abandon this, and I will. Goes into my discard pile. I'll lose 2 points if that's not in play at the end. I don't want to keep losing things. So we've still got this action. I think get a land out because we've got that card that wants you to have a lot of different types of things out to get extra stuff. Exile a card from the market. You're worth 3 points, so I'm sure I'm going to reveal something that's worth more than that. Or a land. You're not worth any points. And when another player tries to do bad things to you, you can stop them. So there we go. Playing a land was the last thing. I am going to keep poetry on hand and discard these and draw up to 6. So, all of this stuff comes back first. All of your exhaust stuff comes back. Could I? I could have had 2 cards to discard if I didn't want poetry. Yeah, I don't think I had 2 to discard to do that. I did the trade, yeah. So, I can develop again. I won't be able to do it next turn, though. So, putting things in history. I think that other trade route does cost me a lot of my bricks. Or tea drinking would let me trade repeatedly. I think the Silk Road, let's get this trade route out. 3 points if it's in your history. We want to get that done, don't we? So that's going to cost 3 bricks and a population. Goes in my discard pile. And we need 3 cards from this. I feel like I've cut it down a bit. We've got a load of cards out here again, haven't we? Might need to do the fame thing again. We can get Savannah out too. And we maybe want to acquire some land to get some more stuff going. 5, 6. And I think that's from... Oh, I've got to put a population on something for the end of turn as well. So... That would be some different symbols for me. I don't know. Let's just pop it out on there. But, what are you up to? All of the things. Okay, they are going to be doing the blue thing. They do have 2 progress, because they didn't spend 1 to get a good last time. Although they have got no goods. So, spend 2 to break through for a trade route. Let's see if I can find them one. I think they can always go to the bottom of one of these decks, can't they? So they've acquired a... They've broke through for a trade route and put this into history. Okay. Then next up, they have their fame card. So trade twice. Okay, so the first thing that they can do, and then put this into history. They're only going to get to trade once with me, which is, I suppose, a positive. So they get a good from the supply goes on here, and it's the Hopewell exchange system. What does that let them do? Hopewell exchange system. Discard the top card of the bot deck and the dynasty deck. That helps them out quite a lot, but also discards their trade route again, stopping them getting it out. So they can't trade again because there's only 1 trade route in existence and it's full up. So that's it for that card. Then Unrest just goes back. Hunters and Traders. Let's see. Barbarian card. Spend 3 bricks. They have exactly 3 bricks to acquire a grey or a green and put this into history. Either of them are out there. And we've got one worth 1 point, one worth 3 points. So that's what they'll have. Let's give them their progress and pop them on there. It was just acquire, wasn't it? Yeah. So you come out. Market stalls. Hi, Marty. You want to say hi to everyone? Oh, yeah. He might end up kicking everything over, but you can have an aerial view of Marty in begging for food mode. Oh, he has distributed fur everywhere. So you can be sure that he was here. Hi, Marty. Are you suddenly lonely? Why don't you go in your chair and then everybody will be able to see you? You've made a right mess of the commons, haven't you? Nice walk around my cards. Could be nice if the camera picked up Imperium. But I don't know if it does. It probably filters that out, to be honest. And then Prosperity is the bottom option, isn't it? Yeah. Do you want to stay up here? You're right on the green screen. Tail right in the green screen camera. Well, thanks for joining us for a bit. He's still here. He really wants to climb up and have a fuss, but it's not a great time. Oh, he's rubbing against something that's going to knock a drink off. Right, discard the top 3 cards of the bot deck. Return an Unrest. Oh, yeah. Just looking at me as if I'm talking to him. Acquire a thing, and then I may draw a card. I will draw a card, Marty. I don't know if it's going to help me, and I can't see where I'm putting the card because you're in my face. And he's going to acquire something. Well, I can see Market Stalls here has a asterisk on it, which means that's a 5-pointer for them. And we are out of the civilized cards. Get me little hair roller out. I can't get it all though because he's put a load of it too close to the cards. Burn through them. Right, so that's that. Then his trade thing. He is now a merchant empire, which I'm wondering if I should be trying to accelerate towards. So his top thing, can he acquire a trade route? No. Resolve all profits? No, he ain't got any. Can he pay 3 goods? No. Can he trade? No. He can pay a progress for a good because he's got 1 progress. And so that's all he's doing there. He's not putting any progress out because he rolled a 6. So new cards, please. And it's time for the Solstice. So abilities for me, there's nothing massively new, is there? I think, again, I want to use these to get bricks because I've only got 4 bricks right now. And then, so I've got 6. I will do the porcelain thing, pay 2 bricks to put a progress on this card or abandon it. I want to keep that going as much as I can. I don't actually have an unrest in my hand. We could try and get one, couldn't we? First, we could do some discarding to draw. Marty, can I be so bold as to ask you to get off my hand of cards? Not on the real hand. Okay, I'll move it over here, shall I? So what am I not that bothered about having right now? Well, can you let me look at them, please? Tang Prosperity, perhaps. I was thinking of putting Savannah out. Let's say Scholar Official, because we can play that from anywhere, can't we? You're on my discard pile, aren't you? The game will not end quicker by you doing this. If anything, it's going to go on longer. So discard that to draw a card. And I'm after an unrest. Great. So I will use that Solstice ability to pay a brick to get rid of that unrest. And then I've got another discard a card to do a thing ability. I think Mandate of Heaven. Like, we could be getting more population from this, though, couldn't we? If you're willing to discard the cards. Now I'm going to discard that, and I will get a good from it, rather than a card. So we can draw cards from different ways, can't we? Marty, please! Okay, that's the end of the Solstice. Gain the unrest. And Marty can just stir that unrest up with everything else. Where's my discard pile, please? Shall we see if he'll go in the chair? I don't know if he will. He didn't enjoy that moment. And he might be back. That's not in my history, is it? No. He's not happy about the suggestion that he might want to have a little rest on a big comfy blanket and cushion. Right, so you were all discarded, weren't you, Mandate of Heaven and everything? I think we're back now. So... And if you believed Marty, he's starving 24 hours a day. As soon as his face leaves the food, he is starving. I did all the Solstice things, didn't I? Oh, you may draw a card, and then you have to put something back. Have a look. Yeah, we'll put an unrest back. I think that's all the Solstice stuff. Oh no, we shouldn't have had that unrest, should we? Because I've just gained that at the end. So just put something else back up. I want to get more cities. Maybe the Tang Prosperity. Right. So, actions. The Hopewell exchange system can get us 7 bricks. So I kind of want to do that. And then it can come back around again. So it just goes in the discard pile and I get these 3 goods. So spend an action to do that. And I'm going to choose... I've only got 3 populations. So I'm going to choose 1 population and 6 bricks. Let's choose 7 times. Get bricks or population. That goes in the discard to maybe happen again. Then, so what does stuff cost? It's only costing like 1 and 2 population. I think 4 should do us for a lot of things. Poetry can let us return an unrest, and that is in my history, so we can gain a progress from it. And then acquire stuff with population. I'm not putting stuff with population on, really, am I? I don't really want the stuff that's out here. How do I get lands? I skip a turn and break through for a land, I suppose, if that's what you really want. Oh, I can put this out, this Taoism, and I can exhaust it to either put population on the card in the market, or if you returned an unrest this turn, I just did that, discard a grey to get an action. And we will put... What will we put out? Maybe Savannah, just so we've got those different types when that card comes out again that wants to have low symbols. And I won't keep that. And we will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I needed to draw one more thing. Oh well. We'll get to developing the solstice, won't we? At least. There we go. So, other stuff. Trade. I can't do... I could pay 3. I've got 4 goods right now. I could pay to flip it over. I'm very tempted to. So we could maybe use this to get fame cards. It keeps the exhaust token on it, but you can pay 3 goods to flip the card. And I can then start using it to acquire green or greys. Or if there aren't any cards garrisoned here, pay 5 and garrison a card here. Garrison an infinity card here to take the top fame card. But I can't use it to acquire trade routes in the future. There's only a couple coming out, and who knows how long they're going to take. I'm going to pay the 3 goods, so I've still got 1 to do that. I can definitely discard 2 cards. My Rebellion I might want to keep. Discard 2 cards. Oh no, I didn't have anything in my hand, did I? No, you've already passed that point. You didn't have any cards to do that with. Yeah, you've done all of the things, I think. So all that comes back. Get your actions back. Yep, happy with all of that. And we'll develop in a min. Bot. Ooh. Oh, put population on something. I don't want the things. So this is worth points. I don't really want it, though. The bot is going to not be doing all of the things, at least this turn. Unrest goes back. Ooh, what are you? Infinite? Let's see. Infinity, return an unrest from their discard. I don't think they've got one. Gain a population. They can do that. Got loads of that. And put this into history. They don't really like those infinite cards, do they? Next, we have got... Oh, a trade route. One finally comes out. Play it and trigger it. So, the Swahili coast. They keep discarding their glory card, by the way. That's not going to happen if they don't play that, is it? So, what is their commerce ability for the Swahili coast? It is discard the top card of the bot deck and gain a progress. And they... What happens when they do a thing for themselves? When they activate one of their... When they activate your trade thing, they... Oh, they also gain a good, so they should have a couple of goods, actually, as well. When they use yours, they gain a good and put a good from the supply on yours. But when they use their own, they just get one from the supply on there. They never have to spend, like, their own things. So they do that, they've had their effect from it, and the trade route's out. And they'll probably be doing that again in a minute. Blue, spend 2 progress, they've only got 1. So if unable, gain a progress. And now they've got 2. And that will come out again in the future. Progress goes on there. Oh, not quite. You're skipping ahead. Because first of all, we've got to do their end of turn there thing. They're a merchant empire. There are no trade routes to acquire. Resolve all profits. Nothing's full. They have got 3 goods now, so they can acquire a green or grey if able. And there is a 5-pointer right away. So they get the population I popped on it. They acquire that. I could use their thing if I'm willing to give them a good. Draw a card and gain progress is the ability on it. Oh, they're next. Their Ascension card is coming. It's not far off. Not right now, though. Solstice effects. There's loads. So, gaining stuff. I've got 10 resources, so I'm not quite as scared. I'll definitely spend 2 to put a progress on this. Then I want to keep... Oh, let's get rid of the unrest by paying a brick. So now we've got 7 bricks. I'll use these 2 drawer cards to get bricks. I will... discard this to draw a card, which is going to let me do a development. I put things from your history. Take unrest to trade twice. And it could get me more goods. 4 points if this is in play. Yeah, Salt Industry Commission. 4 bricks and 1 population to get that out. And I'm trying to draw a card, aren't I? And we draw poetry. And I think I'm going to... I will have an unrest, don't I? When that comes out. And then I can discard greys to get actions. I won't discard the card to do the last thing, even though I do kind of want bricks. I want to get other stuff out. Right. The very end of the unrest. At the very end of the solstice, we get an unrest. Then, poetry. Let's return an unrest. Draw a card for every unrest returned, because they're never going to do one and help me out with that. And I get a progress, because you is in my history. I'm going to do... Eastern Silk Road. I want this into my history, so it's worth 3 points. So I'm going to get it out. The Eastern Silk Road's commerce ability that I get to do right away. Draw a card and acquire a grey, including from exiled cards, which is what I'm going to have to do because there are none out. So if you acquire from exiled cards, is that the only one? Yep. You still get the unrest. So I've acquired from there, and we want to get that working. So I could just use its trade ability, couldn't I, to just draw a card. But we're going to draw stuff with this. Cosmopolitan Culture. So I've done poetry. Cosmopolitan Culture here. So draw a card for every city you have in play, including this one. Every little house, stroke city. And gain a brick and a population for each of these symbols you have. Have at least 1 in play. I think that's just the water. Yeah, the great. I want this, but I can't see a way of getting it unless I have like a breakthrough turn. I don't want one. So it's just going to get me... I've got water. I've got the shake hands trade. So it gets me 2 bricks, 2 population. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This goes into history. Draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We hope I'll exchange systems back. I've only got 1 card left in my deck again. I'm going to run out of resources. We've got to keep this going. I think I'm going to... I did return an unrest this turn, so I can discard a grey card, of which I should have many, to get an extra action. And I'm going to put Confucianism out. I can exhaust this to spend an action and discard 2 cards to do stuff, including returning multiple unrest in one go. So that's going to be all of that. I have 1 good, so I'm going to trade here. So I can't acquire a grey, so I think it just lets me draw a card. Salt Industry Commission, I want to keep that and get that out. It's another trade, it's another bag. And I want to keep the gain a brick for every bag you've got, because I've got loads of bags out now and I need bricks. Should maybe have played that. I'm going to discard all of the... Oh, discard 2 cards to get a progress. Definitely do that. I'll put an action on there. Any other exhaust things? When you acquire a card... I did acquire a grey, didn't I? So let's gain a progress with that. I didn't break through for it. Any other exhaust things? I don't think so right now. We probably want Rebellion and throw some of this stuff away for another Fame card and get bricks from that. Yeah, because I don't have anything in the deck, so anything I draw will let me develop. But I'm a bit scared of the develop cost right now. So you all flip. I need to draw cards, so what's the least amount of bricks I can pay? 2 bricks and a population. I'll do that for now. Because I'll probably trigger the end of the game with this. Like, well, they're still messing about. They've got some good cards. I don't know how good I am being at getting cards out. A point for every 3 infinite symbols out. I've got loads of them. What have I got? 4, 8. That's trade. 9, 10, 11, 12 at the moment. So 4 points from that. Oh, lands don't count. So 10. Okay, so not quite so good. I have been getting rid of some of them for Rebellion. Maybe I don't want Rebellion then. Yeah, we're not going for a Fame victory. I'm going to discard Rebellion. Maybe we want to exile that. Just get these infinites and get them out. They don't keep coming out though, all these lands, and I've stopped them getting exiled by putting all this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Haven't had my new one just yet. I need to put a population out on something. I'll put it on cultural diversity. It's worth points. And then I think it's bot's turn. So, and they will trade with themselves if they have a choice. And they have at the moment. So, first of all, let's get their thing out. They're not quite an empire yet, till the next, probably the end of this turn. So, white and empire symbol. I think that's just other. Discard the top 3 cards. Return unrest. They haven't got one. And then acquire anything. So the blue is worth 3 points. They'll definitely get that. New thing comes out. Another blue. Worth loads if you've got loads of blues. And I may draw a card. I will. Next one up is green and infinite. So that's just infinite. Return unrest from the discard. No. No, they haven't discarded anything new, have they? Gain a population. They've got 14 of them. And then put this into history. Next up, it is Carolingian Kingdom. Oh yeah, they've got a special thing for blue. They do have 2 progress. So they're going to break through for a trade route. And put the blue into history. Yes. And then finally, they have another blue. So they can't do that again. They instead just get 1 progress. Then their trade empire thing, their merchant empire ability is not that one. That one. So acquire a trade route variable, no. Resolve all profits, no. Pay 3 goods. They do have 3 goods. Wait, no, they did this last time. They should have paid those 3 goods. Apologies. Trade. They can trade. They want to trade with the thing with the most goods. We've each got 1. Then their own. So they're going to trade with their own and then pay a progress to get a good. And the Swahili Coast did what? Discard the top card of the bot deck and gain a progress. And then they get a good from the supply on that. Okay. Progress on there. Slide along. And then 1, 2. They need to shuffle their deck. They are getting their Ascension card and they are flipping to their Empire side. There's a lot of cards in this deck, because they are acquiring cards, but they're discarding loads as well. Okay. All me solstice things. Loads of them. Oh, fill up their last 2 bits. Then, I've got an unrest, so let's pay a brick to put that back. They're all -2 points as well. I don't want them. Pay 2 bricks. I've got 1 brick remaining to put a population on here, because I'd like at least 5 on it. Not really been worth it, has it? Gaining stuff. I think I'm just going to draw cards, because hopefully the cards I play... I'm going to draw a card. Hopefully the cards I play will be earning me bricks. I don't want to do Rebellion. Discard a card to... Let's get a brick anyway. Discard a card... Mandate of Heaven out. Kind of got a load of cards. I just don't think we're going to have enough actions to do all the stuff that you want to do. Discard that poetry to get another brick. So now we've got 3 bricks. And then draw a card and put something back on top of the deck. We'll just put that there. I think that should have a exhaust on it. Okay. At the end, get an unrest. So... I think all players may draw a card. This makes them discard a card. Gain a brick for every bag. I may draw a card first. Gain a brick for every bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a bit of a relief there. And I don't have any goods. And they're not trading with me. So I think I'm going to have to do my exhaust to turn a progress into a good. And then I can trade with myself next time. Harder to get that into history. And... is that all of my actions? I did Tang Prosperity. Yeah, I don't think I flipped those over. I've only done one thing, haven't I? So... take this to trade up to twice. Take an unrest to trade up to twice. Yeah, I want that out. That's going to be an action. And I'll exhaust it. Take an unrest to trade up to 2 times. So I will trade with this. So spend my good and pop it on there to draw a card and acquire a grey, but I can't. There are none out. And then the other trade, the second trade, will be turning a progress into a good again. So I'll be able to trade in the future. I can exhaust this to spend an action and discard 2 cards to choose to either acquire a blue, green, or grey with population on it, or return up to 2 unrest from your discard. That's what I'm going to do. If they're working well together. We're running out of exhaust things. I have just returned unrest, so I can discard a grey to get an action. And let's see. I think maybe just Mandate of Heaven. Yeah, let's get Mandate of Heaven out. Add things to... Add population, then you may abandon this card. Just in the Solstice, I get a good. Every Solstice if Mandate of Heaven is out. I know I have to discard 2 cards, but it's another infinite as well for my scoring thing. So yeah, and last thing, discard 2 cards to gain a progress. I'm not bothered about having these. So, end of my... Oh, put a population on something. Let's just say that Scrubland there. I was hoping to get it at some point, but I think unless I do a breakthrough turn, which I don't want to waste time doing, I don't think I can get land cards with what I've ended up getting. Hopefully I've got points in some other way. So put population out, get all of your stuff back, draw up to 6. So we can develop. There's only 2 things left. Draw a card and get exhaust tokens back. I am using a lot. Yeah, 3 bricks and 1 population to do that. I could even do it to be able to develop twice. Still got 5 bricks, and then hopefully we'll get stuff to get some more bricks. And then 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all of my turn. But if I develop that card, there'll be 1 more round after I do that. 3. Not getting to do all of his actions, but he is now doing the stateside. So unrest, return. That hasn't changed. Unrest goes back. Glory, it's his first play. He can abandon 3 lands to gain the top fame card. And we're going to get to see a different fame card. He has got Canny, which if you were a player would do all of this stuff. But for him, all he cares about is it's got him 6 points. And he's probably going to get to play it next time. And then finally, is Moneylenders. Oh, we need to see now, because that would normally just skip right down to the bottom. An Empire card. Acquire a card from the market with resources on it. No. If unable, break through for a land and break through for a grey, and then put this into history. So the land, he'll have the one with the progress on it, because it's worth more points. So he's broke through for that. And then this card goes into history. And then he's going to break through for a grey. So I'm just going to have to... Because the deck of them has gone. This scribe, so he breaks through so he doesn't get the unrest. Glory needs to go in the discard pile, doesn't it? Yep. And then first of all is trade stuff. So he can't acquire a trade route. He's got no profits to resolve. He hasn't got 3 goods, so he can trade. He will choose himself. So he pops that on there. He gets 2. What does he get to do? Swahili Coast, discard the top card of his deck and gain a progress. And then he pays a progress for a good. So he's got 2 goods now. And then he puts a progress on this. We slide him down. And he's got plenty of cards in his deck, even with the bit of discarding he did. Solstice, there's a lot. We don't want to draw loads of cards. You know, I do want to draw cards with the 2 that just let me do things. Because we've got to get rid of 2 cards, haven't we? In a minute. Got to discard 2 cards. I want to pay a brick to get rid of... And Scholar Officials, we can get that from another way. So you're done. Other Solstice things. 2 bricks to put a progress on this. We've got 2 bricks left. That costs 3. So we've got to play Tang Prosperity to get more bricks out. More Solstice stuff. Oh, discard a card from that as well, but gain a good because Mandate of Heaven is in play. So got to discard a card. I don't think I'm going to get the Hopewell Exchange system out again. And then I'm going to discard... Oh, this lets me acquire a land. Discard a grey and pay 2 population to acquire a land. Could have been doing that ages ago. Could have been out the whole game. You've been ignoring it. All right. I've got a lot on. Let's discard that to draw another card, yeah, because we'll get bricks in other ways. Okay, so now I will play Ministry of the Army at this late stage of the game. Oh, I don't want to do it just yet, though, because I've got to discard a card to do it. Discard a grey. Let's have a think. So first of all, free play Fireworks to draw a card and discard a card. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. I'm going to do Rebellion. So I don't need that. Okay, that's that. We're going to do Tang Prosperity. All players may draw a card. So they discard a card. I draw a card. Oh no, I don't want to do it that way. Forget that. Keep that in hand first. I've only got one card in my deck. First of all, I want to draw a card, gain a population, and return an exhaust card to my state card so I can develop again. You get to develop at the end anyway. Would you? So we're going to go past it. I'm running out of cards in my deck. Yeah. Do that first. Because then when everyone may draw a card, I can... You can't afford to develop that. Alright, just keep it the same way then. Keep it the same way. Right, nothing's changed. Bags is 5, isn't it? I don't think I've got any more out. 2, 4, 5... Oh, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, we could... A progress can be 2 goods. So yeah, doing it that way around, we can build this. I've got the population to pay. So yes, we can do all of that stuff. So that's in the discard. You may free play a city. I haven't got any. I don't feel like the Commons has been very kind for putting city things out. So yeah, we get to draw a card from... This isn't in thingy yet. And we've triggered the end of the game, so no more getting stuff in Solstice. No more getting Unrest in Solstice, which actually I feel like I didn't do. I should have. But now that's in discard. We have developed everything, which is the way I ended it last time. Let's see if it's worked out better this time. Let's exhaust this. Take an Unrest to trade up to 2 times. I have got goods. I've got 2 goods now. So 1 can go on that. Draw a card and acquire a grey. No greys still. Do you want to do something else first then? These are discard a grey. I can acquire a green or a grey with stuff on it. Oh, that's a grey. That's a grey. Okay, yeah, do that then. That's a green and a grey. Worth 2 points if it's in your history. I think I've got stuff that puts things in my history. So we've acquired that. When I acquire cards, I can exhaust to draw a card or gain a progress. I'll gain a progress. Yeah, I didn't break through. So that was 1 trade. And the second trade is going to have to be... Is it going to be turning a progress into a good? Maybe you don't need to do this one. Just do your normal trade then. Well, this needs to be filled up. Can I get another grey? No. Still with a point. Let's think. Somehow. I'm going to run out of exhaust tokens. I don't think I've got any other stuff to get history. I can... We can profit this, can't we? And get the goods. I've got 4 goods there. Oh, if we did this to trade twice, we turn a progress into a good as the second trade, and then I've got 5 goods. So this goes into history when it's profited. I can exhaust this to garrison an ongoing card here and pay my 5 goods to take the top fame card. And it is the trade one. Gain an action. The owner of this card may draw a card. And at the end, it's worth 5 points anyway. At the end, look at the top 5 cards of the main deck and free play one of them. Put this into your history. So that's definitely going to be the third action now. Get that out. And then I gain an action as the commerce of it. I might get to do all of the stuff there. So I exhausted that to do that. I can exhaust you, spend an action, and discard 2 cards to return 2 unrest. I can exhaust this. Because I returned unrest this turn, I can discard a grey to get an action. Got no more exhaust tokens, though. And so I think I can get this, and this will let me put things into history. And this is worth 2 points if it's in history. I just can't do it right now because I've got no exhaust tokens left. But next time I could do that. Yeah. Let's do that. And just discard everything. Why not? Draw back up. Put population out on something. Yeah. And then last turn next time. Bot. Are they... Oh, let's roll the dice before you cover everything up with that. They are getting a full complement of actions for this difficulty, at least. Blue. Oh, I don't think they're actually bothered about that anymore. I think this is other. Spend all bricks to gain the same number of goods. They've got none. Oh, dear. Spend all population to get the same number of bricks. That's a lot of clicking. We got 15 population up to this point. 15 goods next time. Discard the top card of the bot deck. You may draw a card. Why not? I'm going to have to discard cards anyway. There's no more developing to be done. Right. Next up, it's going to be a land. So play this land, exile a card from the market. They can't exile a card from the market. Gain a population, because they've just wiped all the population out. A fame card, break through for a trade route. Done that. Trade. They can trade for me. They can trade on my thing. So they get a good, and they put a good on my card, effectively giving me a good. And then for them, that means... Where is it? Welcoming at the top. Resolve the top card of the Dynasty deck. And I may draw a card. Losing my voice. So resolve the top card of the Dynasty deck. Oh, they might fill this up for me, which is a shame that I don't get the actions, but still. I put their fame card into history. And then this, the first thing on it is going to be Empire, I think. Acquire a card from the market with bricks on it. You haven't done that the whole game. If you can't, break through for a land. So they have the land with the most tokens on it, I think, because none of them are worth points. So they get 3 population from that, which I've basically given. And break through for a grey, and then put this into history. So I can get a grey. Put that into history. A lot of cards again. Card number 4. It's not even their last turn. Trade route. Play this and trigger it. And they get a progress. So the maritime spice route for them does... Where is it? Is it Spice Road on here? Acquire a water, including from exile. There's one out in the display, actually. If unable, get a progress. They get a nice little population from that too. Yeah, I think that's all we need to do from that. And then finally, the Kingdom of Kush. So now they will activate, like they'll trade on mine because mine's got more stuff on it. The Kingdom of Kush for them. Oh, I've got rid of the card. Oh, so the Barbarian will come first, won't it? Add a brick to the market card in the thingy slot. Can't do that. Gain a good. Put this into history. Okay, then they're going to get one more action, one more turn, aren't they? Because I do. So they are a merchant empire. They can't acquire a trade route. I need to fill up the market. Can't acquire a trade route. Resolve all profits. So we need to see what the profit is of the Swahili coast, which for them is breakthrough for a green. Breakthrough for a green, 5 points. The one that's literally just come out. They'll break through for that. So leave the unrest where it is, please. That's unfortunate. All these 5 pointers. And they get those 3 goods. And that gets discarded. And that's all of their profit stuff done. They don't put a new card out. They're not getting another Dynasty card because there's a lot in their deck. And they've got a land and a trade route out still. So then Solstice. Not the last Solstice. So I need to put 2 bricks. Oh yeah, I need to keep doing it or I abandon the card. So we'll put another progress on there. Take 4 off. Because I only want 5 on it, but I don't want to abandon the card. I need all of my exhausts back. And then we've got to get rid of some cards. So the cards they're out are generally with like 1 or 2 points, and they've just stayed that way. For the time being, anyway, they have. I've still got a population. Let's draw a card and draw a card with the 2 that just let me do things. I will get rid of an unrest, pay in a brick. Still got loads of them. I have to discard 2 cards. Yeah, there's no more trade routes to break through for, so I don't really need that. And I can draw cards anyway. Yeah, get rid of that one. So discarded 2 cards. Got to discard another card. And again, good because Mandate of Heaven is in play. Solstice, done. And then I've got possible discards to get more things. I've got to do 1. Yeah, let's discard you. And I will just gain a brick from it. We'll pay 2 bricks to get a good, let's say. Okay. So then, I've got my 3 actions. I will take an unrest to trade up to twice. I've got 2 goods right now. So let's gain an action twice. Are you going to remember that? And draw 2 cards. Okay, one of the extra actions then, because all this is full. Let's grab the goods. Look at the top 5 cards of the main deck, free play one of them and put this into history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a lot of cards left in the main deck. So let's have a look at what we could have. I can free play it, assume I can ignore stuff, and then I've got it for its scoring as well. So a load of symbols, not good for me. I could just get another land out. Land's not so useful for me. 2 points for every fame card. I think I've got 2, haven't I? So that's a 4-point card, I suppose, if I get that. That's a 3-point card. Free play, draw 2 cards and discard one of them. So yeah, bad things to come out of the market at the end, I think. I assume I just get to ignore the barbarian and stuff on. I'm going to play that, draw 2 cards and discard one of them. I will discard poetry. Why not? And it's worth a few points at least. So that's that done. I've still got 4 actions left. Okay. I will exhaust this to put a card from my hand into my history, and then I can draw a card or gain a progress. I'll gain a progress, because Merchants of Heaven is in play. I'm allowed to do that. No more gaining unrest from this has been nice. Although I have got quite a good facility for getting rid of all of that. Probably want to acquire stuff. What about... I've got 3 goods. I could pay 3 goods to gain... Oh, it's gain a green. They're only worth like 1 point. Yeah, the civilized cards I think have been gobbled up by him as well. I've had a load as well, haven't I? Yeah, stuff that we can really acquire isn't great, is it? Because I can acquire... So this is action number 4 before I start flipping things over. Acquire a green or a grey with population on it, and then find scholar officials and free play it. Let's do that. So I'll acquire this with its progress and population. And then this lets me draw a card, and then I can add a resource of my choice to a card in the market, or gain all the resources from a card in the market. I will gain that progress. And we want another green out here. Again, just worth a point. I think we can exhaust this and spend an action. Discard these 2 unrest and get them returned. We can then exhaust that and discard a grey to get an action back. We can play Imperial Examinations again to acquire a green with population on it. And then find scholar officials and free play it. So we draw a card. And I will put a resource out on something. I don't think it'll happen again. So I've just not got many cards left. I can't play Oracle. Acquire a green or break through for a green and everyone else gets a progress. Trading City's just worth 1 point. It'd be decent to get out though. I could free play one with this. Yeah, let's give him a progress and I can break through for this and not have to take the unrest. Play an Elders. And that gets me a population. And then everyone may draw a card. Gain a brick for every bag in play. 2, 4, 5, 6. Which I don't think makes a difference for the end. But then I can free play a city. Solstice I can do more stuff. I don't know if it'll make any difference to anything. But like, what else am I going to do? Could have put this trade route out. I think that's okay. I'm happy with that. Put a population out on something. Oh, a 5-point greens come out, though, if he gets to do stuff. And then final turn of the game. What are the Aksumites up to? A green, that's just going to be infinity, isn't it? Gain a bricks. They've got 16 of them now. Add 1 to the market card in the dice slot. They're going to get that, aren't they? Discard the top card of the bot deck. Put this into history. Then, a land. So, play this. Exile a card from the market. Just the leftmost one. Nothing special. Not the 5-pointer. And then gain a population. Quite a bit of that as well. Then card number 3 is Mercenaries. I think they've had that since the beginning, haven't they? Acquire a card from the market with bricks on it. They did just do that. It's got... it's worth 5 points as well. It's got an unrest with it, at least. Card with bricks on it. If unable, breakthrough for 2 things. Oh, yeah, they've had that before, and that's been worse for us, haven't they? Put this into history. And the last card play of the game, we have got the Solstice still, is another trade route for them. Play this and trigger it. So Lapis Lazuli trade. And then they get a progress. Let's give them that now. And what is Lapis Lazuli trade for them? Acquire a blue. If unable, get 4 bricks. So acquire a blue. There's one that's worth 3 points. There's one that's worth 5 points. So they're going to get that. Is that it? Yeah, just acquire a blue. So they've done that. That's all of their stuff. There's no more turns, so let's not worry about any of... Oh, let's just do it just in case. They put a progress on there. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. They're a merchant empire. They can't acquire a trade route. They've got no profits to resolve. They've got 7 goods. So they're going to pay 3 goods to acquire a blue or a green. And there's a green out here right now. Since they've just... Oh, they don't put the progress out just yet. You're getting ahead of yourself. But it's still worth 5 points, annoyingly. Luckily, it's coming with unrest. So I suppose it's only 3 extra points. And then they put a progress on that one. And they're not doing their trading. That's it. So just Solstice stuff. I've got to pay 2 bricks to put a progress on there. I can pay a brick to get rid of that unrest. I have to discard 2 cards because of that. I have to discard a card because of that, but I gain a good. Solstice. Discard a card to pay 2 bricks to get a good, I think I'll do. And same there. Discard a card to pay 2 bricks to get a good. I can't remember if goods translate to points. I don't know. And then I can just draw cards with these things. I've done that. I may draw a card. I probably won't. Dun, dun, dun. I think that's it for the Solstice stuff. So we are there a bit faster than yesterday. So let me get the browser up. And here is everybody's stuff. Here's what we ended up with. I'm very glad that they never got to that other bit again, where they would have turned all of that into like 17 goods. Well, I don't know. Would they? Do goods translate into points? I can't remember. And the scoring thing is going to sort that out for me. So first of all, I have been using the A side of Tang, and we are on merchants. Oh, that gives me a point per 2 bags in play. Forgot all about that. I'm on the B side of that. Doesn't know about the bags I've got in play yet. So cards that are in play. It says use photo. Wish maybe I'll try and get that to work at some point. So let's have a look at stuff that's just my cards first. It's an easy way of going through stuff. So we've got Mandate of Heaven. And then that doesn't appear in any of the other lists. If you didn't see this yesterday, it looks like, oh, you're going to be clicking things forever. But it takes them out of the list once you've clicked them. So for future things, it'll be faster and faster. Salt Industry Commission, Taoism, Chang'an, Guangzhou Lingyang, Chanbud, basically all of my cards. Porcelain, Woodblock, Confucianism. And then there's there's 6 cards out that aren't my cards. So we had green cards. I had City and Trading City. You see it's totting up all the points and stuff as well while we go. And then yellows, I had Borderland and Savannah. Grey, I had Couriers. And purple, I had Intrepid. That's everything played. I have... Oh, I do have a garrisoned card. Ministry of the Army. I don't think it makes a difference, but with a different card it could have been different. That was under my Merchant Empire. Nothing garrisoned anywhere else. Cards in my history. So let me just separate the ones that are mine and not, because there's not a lot of my cards left, I don't think. So let's see, we've got Empress, Cosmopolitan Culture, Eastern Silk Road, Emperor, You, and Rebellion were in there. And then things that aren't my cards, we've got Welcoming, we've got the Golden Mask, which is more points if it's in your history. I think, yeah, they've got like the things that are, like you can see the points jumping up anyway, but some are just worth like a load of points. Eastern Silk Road's worth 3 points if it's in your history. Empress is worth a point if she's in your history. Salt Industry Commission's worth 4 points if it's in play, 2 if not. Mandate of Heaven -2 if it's not in play. Borderlands a point for every 5 population. Fortunately, I've only got 4. Could have gained 1, couldn't I? Actually, I don't know. We'll not go back on that. If I lose by a point, we didn't. Yeah, all of that stuff, and then it'll work out. The Porcelain is worth a point for every 5 progress on there, but I haven't told it that yet. We haven't got to that bit. The Woodblock Printing is worth a point for every trade route card that we've got. So it's worth saying because I'm just clicking stuff, aren't I, on here? Epic Poetry, and that's worth 2 points. And then finally, you can see it on here, can't you? Like just if they're just worth points values. And then Supreme is just worth a big 11 points. Doesn't seem like more points than last time yet, does it? So that's the history done. I think I got 80 odd. Maybe they just did really well last time, getting like 120 or something. Cards in deck stroke hand, because some of these will be worth points. So again, let's have a look at cards that are from my deck. We have got probably all of the other cards, because I did get all of my other things. So these aren't worth anything. You shouldn't be in my deck. Poetry's not worth anything. Tea drinking's worth 2, as it should be. It should be worth 20 points. Fireworks and Tang Prosperity. Yeah, there we go. I had all of my cards because I ended the game with doing all my development. And then other cards I have. Navitian Kingdom is worth 3 straight points. Hopewell Exchange System was worth 1. Then in greens we've got Oracle is worth 2 points for every fame card. So that's worth... I've got 3 fame cards. I must have 3. Oh yeah, I forgot Supreme, didn't I? I've got Welcoming, Supreme, and Intrepid. Even better. Cultural Diversity is worth 1, and Elders is worth 1 as well. So that's everything in my deck. So we've already scored more than last time. Cards in Exile, no. This is optional unless you're playing a card such as the Utopian's Monastery, which scores based on this number. I don't think I've been the Utopians, have I? So tokens on Porcelain, there are 7 tokens on it. Why are we placing... Oh, it's a point per 5 progress just in the game in general, not on here. Why are we putting progress on here if it isn't worth anything? I don't get that. Because putting the... Yeah. So I suppose I wanted to put that out late. I've got the wrong end of the stick completely on that porcelain card, haven't I? Oh, it gave me 2 bags. It probably helped me out getting bricks and that. But yeah, should it... Pay 2 bricks to put a progress on this card or abandon it? Why is it not just pay 2 bricks or abandon it if the progress doesn't count for anything? I have to question that. Let's see if the bots even beat me first before we go on this. I wonder if, like, for the end, will this last out if I say... If I say bring me back? Hey! There we go. I missed me. Right, the bot doesn't care about anything in particular that it got, did it? So let's just Let's just separate the bot's cards into piles of things. First of all, take its cards out, because there's a nice little separate menu for its cards, isn't there? A little bit of card adjustment, bear with me. Oh, don't forget all the unrest that they got. They got a couple of that this time. So these aren't their cards. They got a lot of trade routes, and they got them very late and didn't really get them out, did they? Which probably helped me a bit. And then, yeah, this is all in their history, which counts for them. So, let's just take their cards out first. And then, let's see what they got. I thought you abandoned porcelain. Oh! Good point. Oh. So, before we do this, I'm very glad that you spoke up. So at the end, I should just not put the 2 bricks on it. It would have 1 less progress on it, but then I abandon the card and I get 6 progress. Because now I realise that the scoring is progress in general, not progress on the card. That makes way more sense. So this wasn't in play. Let's take porcelain out. Porcelain would have just been in my deck anyway in the very last thing. And it's worth some more points now, right? I think. Has that translated to more points? It should have. Thank you. I'm glad you said that, because that was not clicking in my brain at all. I have spent the whole game thinking that it was worth a point for every progress on it, though, which was completely wrong. But it was still a good idea to get it out early, because it has earned me like 6 progress for having it out for like 6 rounds and paying for it all the time. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Well, I don't think it's negatively affected in that much. Right. So greens on that. They got a lot of cards, as the bot always does. So, for their cards, we can just say if I put the cards they didn't get in alphabetical order, then we can just click everything that isn't these 5 cards. Because they don't care where their cards were, they just get the points for them. And the bot, so you can see the numbers as I'm clicking them now, they get the points numbers. If there was ever any condition on the card, like you get 4 points if it's in play or 2 points if it's not, they always get the higher points. And if there's anything that's an asterisk, so a point for every fame card you got, they always get 5 no matter what. So that's what's going to come up on here. So the first one they haven't got is Aksumite coinage. Then it's exotic trade. So we can click everything on the way to exotic trade. Then Himmerite kingdom. Then the king. Then Land of Sheba is the only other card they didn't get. So they've got all those other ones. And that's all of their cards sorted. We can click 3 unrest for them. Let's just take the points away from them now, before they end up gaining 1 billion. So they have got the Baltic Amber Road, the Philippines Jade Trade, Swahili Coast, and Lapis Lazuli, all just worth 1 point each. The lands I don't think are worth anything, but they might have a... Yeah, I don't think there's any point putting the lands down, but I'll do it anyway, just in case. Some lands would have been worth points. Scrubland, Rift Valley, Mangrove Valley. It's them done. The Greys. And this, if you haven't seen it before, it's imperiumscorer.surge.sh. Oh, I've frozen, haven't I? Oh well, I'll put the face cam back on for saying bye-bye. but it's not gonna keep up even for 5 minutes, is it? Grey cards, they have got mercenaries, so you can see it just going up by 5 a time now. Moneylenders, market stalls, warehouse is another 2. Kalari is another 2. Imports 5 more. Scribes 5 more. Gardening 5 more. Then blue cards, they've got Kingdoms worth 3, another 3. Acadians is 5. Byzantines is 3. Their kingdom is 3. Sabians is 3. We might... Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be a lot closer, win or lose this time. Hunters and Trackers is another 5. Vineyards is another 5. Just these star ones. Seaports another 5. And a lot of them they just got as they came out, unfortunately, for me. Terraces. I think we're even now, aren't they? So, unfortunately, they've got these 2 cards. And then... So in the Fame, they have got Canny, which is 6, and Determined is another 5. So I think I thought it was changing. I thought my luck was turning. But no, although we ended the game again, wasn't quick enough. Although, like, I don't think I could have kind of forced the game to end quicker. Hey, there I am. Briefly, for as long as the game will permit me. Got a lot closer that time. I think... Yeah, not getting that card out for ages that would have let me get more lands. Maybe should have had more of those out. Some more abandoning for Fame. But like that's like a different play as well. Like if you want to have them all out and maximize the points for a point for every 3 of those infinites in play, then getting the Fame cards works against you. But yeah, there's a lot of points to be had from Fame cards. There was another like 11 pointer there, an 8 pointer in there, and like abilities as you go on here. For the rest of the turn, when you acquire a card, you may immediately free play the Unrest taken, and another Supreme that's nothing. But I think there's like 3 or 4 Fame cards that don't get included in the game. More get taken out when it's a 2-player game like this is, and you can trigger the game end with that over there. But yeah, there's a little robot in this core shoot as well. It's really good, isn't it? Like I shoot, oh, you can't see my cursor anymore. I turned that bit off. But yes, it's a great scoring app. Because you can imagine, like, if you've seen my other live streams and stuff, and probably the recorded playthrough when I was counting it all out, you've got to remember where it all was and put all of the, like, just add up all of the things that are just set scores, and then we start to work out, oh, a point if this was here, a point if this was here, a point for everything over here. It's great to just say, okay, this is all of my cards, this is where they were, tell me what the scores were. I love that. And I love as well, you would have seen it earlier on in the pages, that option that says put a photo up. Maybe you're supposed to upload a photo to your computer. I assumed, like, as I said at the start, I tried it on all my browsers on my phone, and there's a menu right at the start that's like, tell me what boxes you've got. And by default it says Classics and Legends, and I'm just playing with Horizons. So you need to take the 2 Horizons off and take the 2 originals off and put Horizons on. That menu doesn't work on my browsers anyway. I don't know if that's an iPhone thing. Maybe it'll work on an Android. But yeah, I would be interested to see if that would work, because when we used it, there's like an official scoring app for Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig that we haven't played for ages now. But yeah, you could just take a photo on your phone, or you just showed the app your finished castle, and it just goes beep boop boop. Here is your score. Well, here's the winner. Well done. Which sometimes it's lovely counting up all of the scores and stuff, but it's nice seeing the thing do it all. Like I just, could you just take a photo of all this stuff? You do, of course, have to spread out your history and that. What kind of photo does it want? I'd like to see how it works anyway. You could let me know if you've used it yourself more successfully. But as it is, just doing it on the computer and clicking, you see, it doesn't take very long, really. And a load of the options, as you're clicking in, especially like at 2 players, as you've clicked in all of the stuff that you've got, when it comes time for the bot, you can just click at like everything in their deck that isn't the ones they haven't unlocked yet. And then you've just got to go colour by colour of the cards that aren't part of their deck. But hey, there's some more Imperium Horizons. I was hoping for a big victory. It's closer this time, a lot closer, isn't it? With it, well, not within 10, it's 11 now. But there we go. Hopefully, I will be able to crack it at some point, or the difficulty just needs turning down because I'm just not good enough at it. That's probably the more likely one. So there we go. Thank you, everyone, for being here for another barely planned stream. Has Marty calmed down now? I assume he's gone back downstairs because I haven't heard him for a while. Usually, if I'm here recording, he will just sit on the landing crying until he gets recognition. Or, well, he doesn't care about recognition, he wants food. He will just sit there moaning until he gets some food, which is a long time. So, since I can't hear that, I assume he's given up and is curled up somewhere in the bedroom or on the sofa, waiting for the good times of wet food, which shouldn't be too long for him, should it? He'll be getting it soon enough for him anyway. Eats like a king. So there we go. That's probably it for Imperium Horizons for now. Maybe I'll put it in the vote again next month and see where it comes. Because like it hasn't won the vote. It came third. But why are you streaming it first then? Because I knew it enough. Oh, frozen! What opposed to freezer? I'd just leave it like that. Just imagine that I'm talking with that expression on my face the whole time. Cheer! Wake up! Wake up, mate! Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I knew Imperium, so I could do that without as much preparation. And I hope with this one, I haven't made the mistake of not activating the trade routes quickly enough. But yeah, we have got, coming up next week, there will be the vote winner, Trajan. I mean, love Trajan winning a vote. I just put it on thinking, oh, I meant to do that once. Will people want to see it again? Blew the other options out of the water. So yeah, we'll be seeing a fan-made solo mode of Trajan. And something else live, I think, as well. And there'll be some recording going on. I'm finishing up videos for the new Cascadia Roll and Rights. Hopefully there's going to be a video for Nassau, if that goes ahead. It was meant to be happening. I hope it still will. So yeah, there's loads of stuff on the way. And on Sunday, not live, but recorded, the finale of Arkham Horror, the card game, The Path to Carcosa. Episode 8 of that will be going up, and you'll see how it all ends. And there's some more stuff coming up. Well, it's not story time. Rach filmed a playthrough of Marvel United Spider-Geddon with me. So that'll be coming up at some point soon as well. Loads of stuff about. You can help me make more of it on Patreon or Ko-fi. Thanks so much, everyone that's on there. Hey, you made this thing happen. For now, though, I think that's all of the things I need to say. Thank you, everyone, for watching and chatting and helping me through this. And I'll see you all for the next game. Bye, everyone. Bye, bye, bye.